Lord, we're very pleased and happy to be with you today. And always, your loved one, your forces are here, the seats are full, the church is overflowing. They're always so delighted to join you. And as you know, as with God's world and everyone in it, it is a wonderful thing to know you're spiritual, realize your spirituality, your spiritual understanding. Because above all else, it will sustain you through your journey here on earth and through your journey in our world. And many times, it seems like it is a difficult trek, especially in your world. But we want to say to you, with your love, your caring, your forces, and your loved ones, you are wonderful people. We are proud and pleased to be with you, to try to help you, do whatever we can for you. And as you develop spiritually, as you reach out to the Father and your spiritual self, as you realize who you are, what you are, and why you're here, many things will come known to you that you have wondered about in the past, have questioned, many things that have puzzled you about life itself. Your answers will come, the knowledge will be there. And it will make life easier for you in your world. It will make things easier to accept, to take care of, and to contend with. Because many times, with the world around you in such a rush, everything, it's very difficult to hang on to your spiritual self, think spiritual thoughts, and still take care of what needs to be done in your world. And sometimes I know it feels like something's pulling you in two different directions. But as you begin to understand, as you progress, and the knowledge is given to you, it becomes less of a turmoil, less of a tug of war, because the greater understanding you have blends in with the material life, and it becomes much easier to solve problems, to live, and to cope with things in your world. That's not to say in our world we don't have problems or have things we have to solve or think about, because we do. But it's in a different aspect than in your world. We don't have to worry about looking at the clock to see what we have to do next. We don't have to worry about running to the store to buy groceries so we won't starve to death. We don't have to worry about heating the house to get it comfortable so we can feel nice about it. And so for that reason, some things in our world are easier than in yours. But the Father placed you here so you would learn, know, and understand not only spirituality, but material life, and how to be of service, and to how to help others even more than before. And you may say, well, what about the babies and children? They were here and they're gone into your world now. They did not live here, experience life. Well, we cannot give you a definite answer on that, because you see, the Father's plan will be followed. The Father's divine wisdom rules. And whatever reason He places the innocent into your world and then calls them quickly home again, we cannot say. We do not know. We are not given that knowledge. But we do know and understand, regardless of what seems to be, there are reasons, there are just ends. And as you develop spiritually, you learn and you will discover. You will ask questions. You'll think about things. And even when you enter into our world, the answer will not be there for you. And that is because the Father feels that would serve no purpose. There's no reason why you need to know a certain thing. Or you need not know that because it would only confuse you, upset you, and slow your progress. So there are many different reasons why you can't always get what you want. Many reasons why the knowledge isn't given to you when you have a specific question in your mind. It isn't because we don't want you to know, and it isn't because the Father doesn't want you to know. But as we just said, it is best you don't know, or it would serve no purpose to know. There's many times in your world you've seen examples of that. will hunt and look and ask the same question over and over again, repeatedly. And then when they finally get their answer, they find the answer, they know it's the exact answer, they're just as confused, they still don't know what to do with it and what good was the answer after they got it. And so for that reason, many things are left better undone. Many things are better left alone. But the human nature is to be curious. The human nature is to question. Human nature is want to know why, how come, what for, when, and so forth. But the Father instilled those qualities within each and every one, so they would question and seek and search out their spirituality. He didn't mean it so much as far as material knowledge. He meant it more for spiritual knowledge. But as you progress spiritually into the higher realms, you'll know and understand how to use your curiosity for your spiritual growth, more so than material growth. You will begin to understand the whys, the hows, the fors, and all those things are to strengthen you spiritually, to make you reach a higher spiritual knowledge. Not to say, well, that person died, I wonder how it's come, what for? Well, they're only 35 years old. They had a whole life ahead of them. Well, you ask those questions, then sometimes you get rather upset because you do not find an answer. But the only answer is, regardless of what their age, what the circumstance is, when they come into our world, they have come home. They're home. They're free. They are loved. And even though in your world you can't see the reason, you don't understand why, and it seems such a shame, in God's divine plan there is a reason, because you're not called home unless it is time and unless He wants you. So concentrate more of your effort, your energy on your spiritual growth. Question your whys, what fors, whens, and how's come about your spirituality. You will maintain a certain amount of human curiosity for your material world, but you will learn how to just tone that down. Because regardless of how many years you live in your world, when you enter into our world, you'll still have many, many questions unanswered. You'll still have many, many thoughts that you never did find any explanation for, results, or otherwise. But don't let that disturb you. Don't give it the second thought. Because as you grow, as you learn, as you understand your world, you are developing spiritually. When you go out and enjoy the birds, the sun, the beautiful skies, the lovely flowers, the green trees, you are growing spiritually because you are beginning to realize there is more to your world than just cement, blacktop, dirt, buildings, food. You're beginning to realize what you truly are. You're a spiritual being. And what many people do not understand, your spiritual self, as is with the Father, He permeates each and everything. When you see a leaf on a tree, you see a beautiful flower, you're not only looking at that beautiful flower, you are that beautiful flower. You're not only looking at a graceful tree, you are a graceful tree. When you look at a building, that is not only a building, you are a building. Because you see, as your spirituality grows and develops, you are what you see, you are what you think, you are what you know. And the greater your spiritual knowledge, the more spiritual knowledge you know and understand, then all these things shall be given unto you to know and understand. Because as your spirituality grows, as in our world, we blend with each and everything, we blend with all, we blend into one. We're not individuals, we're not separate. In our world, this one isn't standing right there in that spot, and someone else is standing right there in that spot, another one standing right there in that spot. When you go up into the higher spiritual realm, each and every one is blended Each and every one is one. There are no separate individuals, only when they so wish to be. And as you look at the sky, it seems to blend right into the earth, what you call a horizon. You see the sun coming up or the sun setting, and it seems to disappear into nowhere. The clouds float along beautifully in the blue sky, so white, so beautiful. Sometimes they're so thin and wispy, they're very hard to see. Other times they look fluffy and thick. And yet they float through eternity and seem to start from nowhere and go to nowhere. And you look out across the land and the trees are touching the sky, the ocean touches the sky. Well, as you begin to visualize that in your mind, you will see yourself spiritually. Because you blend, you touch the sky, you touch the trees, you touch the sun. You begin here and go on through eons of time. No beginning, no end. And as you become thin and wispy and blend with all and are one with the Father, you will realize what you have visualized with your eyes in your world is you in your spiritual world. Because there's no beginning, no end. You'll flow to the horizon. You'll blend with the sky. You'll blend with the ocean. You'll blend with the trees. And your thoughts will go on forever. And that is where your spirituality overtakes your physical. Because here in your physical, you look down the end of the road. Oh, there's the end of the road. You look up the street. Oh, there's the light. There's the corner to go around. You go walk in a room and oh, there's the walls. There's the doorway to get out. But once you realize your spirituality, once you know and understand your spiritual growth, that you're a spiritual child, you will be as the Indians were. You will be one. You will blend with each and everything. You will blend with all. Because as the Father said, we are one. And so I'll leave those thoughts with you. And as you develop spiritually, remember, as you look and take in the scenery, the landscape, the sky, whatever you want to call it, whatever it might be, know as you look with it, at that very instant, you are blending with what you're seeing. You are not two separate entities, not two separate items, two separate things. You are one and one with all. I thank you. God bless.